What's going on, brothers and sisters? I know I don't sound right. I just got over a cold. I would have waited to do this video, but I want to give a shout out. Someone who inspired me. My friend Ray Bear, Saggy Melonz, old friend of mine on YouTube for the longest time. One of the best hearts that I've known. She just broke a trauma bond with a narcissist that she's been involved with on and off for like 9 years, which is a horrible thing to break from. Especially when you've been in a relationship that long with one. But she's doing it, and she's reclaiming herself, and she's doing better for herself. And I just watched her stream, and it inspired me to do a video. I sound like crap. So congratulations to her. Link for her channel in the description. Please go check her out. Um, you when you finally break away from a narcissist, just trust your intuition and know that there's no going back. Um, we'll do a hypothetical. I think you guys can read between the lines on this. Let's just say that after months of not talking to your narcissist, however long it is, they show up before Christmas because the person they triangulated you with ended up having enough of their crap and finally start fighting back, whatever the situation was. And they showed up to you because you were always the nice one, or you're the gullible one. You always were, and they need Christmas money. You do not need to invite them in. You don't need to talk to them again to remember what it was like and what you went through. You don't need to sit there with them again and have any hope whatsoever. Read through every one of their lies. Everything they say has a double meaning. Everything's meant to trigger or create a seed of trauma or challenge you or devalue or triangulate you with somebody else or a memory or whatnot. You don't need to remember that. They are as horrible as you remember. There wasn't ever any light in them. They never appreciated anything that you did. You don't need to take them out, take them to dinner, buy them Christmas presents because you feel bad that they're transient and they're living in shelters and moving from place to place. You feel bad. You don't got to, because they're going to triangulate again to get back at the person that they left you for that's been beating them up. To try and get revenge on them because they don't care about you. They're going to leave them Christmas presents at your house. They ain't going to take them with them. They don't care. You don't have to be around them again, because even if you think you're strong enough, even if you are strong enough, even if you see right through them, it's still going to hurt a little bit. And you don't need to have your worth questioned ever by that narcissistic sociopath, that narcopath, narcissist, whatever cluster B, cluster F personality, messed up person that they were. You don't need to have your worth ever questioned again. You're living your best life without the narcissist. You're living your best life without their lies. And trust in karma. Trust in karma. You don't need to sit around with that narc and listen to how they were getting cheated on. That all the stuff that they were, if they get with somebody who's like, if they got somebody who was toxic too and had enough of their crap or whatever the case was, you don't need to hear about how they were left in bed night after night. You don't need to hear about how they ratcheted up that toxicity so high that other person might have put a gun to their head or shot at them or busted up their car windshield or beat them up over and over again. That toxic relation, you don't need to know none of that. You weren't involved with that. They might have tried to pull you into some kind of triangulation with that person or something similar, but that was never meant to be your life. You don't need to know any of that. You don't need to know what holes they've dug for themselves or what karma they've gotten back or what, remember this, you lowered your standards to be with that despicable person. Like, even after that love bomb phase and they finally showed you who they were, like who they really are, like, you lowered your standards to be with that person. You don't need to lower your standards ever again. Trust in karma. And especially if that's an aging narcissist. And there's a difference between, like, men sometimes age better than women, So if you're dealing with a male narc, I don't know what the truth is, but if you're dealing with a female narc, like she losing her looks. She going through middle age. She's starting to have 40. That evil, I'm pretty sure for male narcs too, like that evil catches up with them. That darkness, that horrible person they are inside, you know, the narcissists are good at creating a fake image. They're good at lying and manipulating and hiding their true self through with a fake facade, a false ego. But eventually, as they get older, that falls apart. They can't hide who they are no more. They can't hide their evil no more. Trust in karma. Believe in yourself because you're a good person. Like, even though you dealt with that or stayed with that for as long as you did so, even if you were traumatized and bonded, you did so because you loved and you cared. You were putting your best foot forward. You were always hoping against hope that person would change and be better. And the only person that can change them is them. It's a very, 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 very rare thing that a person with NPD will actually go to psychotherapy and truly want to help and better themselves. It does happen, but it's very rare. But don't count on it with your situation. All you need to understand is that you're better off with that person. And when Narc X comes hoovering back, stalking, smearing, whatever it is to try and get their foot back in the door and get some negative fuel from you, they're not worth it. They're not worth your time. They're not worth your attention. They're not worth your effort, really. I'll be honest, I was sitting around here. I started getting a little depressed because maybe Narc X came back looking for some Christmas money and tried to triangulate me with all that old bullshit. And I saw right through it. And she might have gotten super frustrated because I have control over my shit now and understand my worth, and she wasn't able to play them games, and so she ghosted quick as hell. And maybe that made me a little depressed because why'd I ever put up with that? You don't ever need to put up with that again. You don't need to invite that back in your life. You're better. You are better. There are so many people out here that have been through narcissistic abuse that have gone from victims to victors, that have reclaimed their life and their self-worth and have moved on and been able to get past the CPTSD and been able to reclaim who they are and live healthy lives and love themselves. And you could do that too. I'm so proud for each and every one of my brothers and sisters out there who have gone through, God, any kind of similar experience to what I went through with Narcopath. Heartless, awful, terrible person, just perpetually a child, will never live up to the mistakes or own their mistakes and always shove it off on other people and gets a genuine satisfaction from destroying others. That's a horrible thing to survive and live through, and I'm proud of each and every one of you guys for doing it. Shout out to my girl, Ray Bear, Saggy Melonz. Please go check out her channel. You're my hero, honey. Thank you so much. You inspire me. You inspire me to do this. And yeah, y'all, remember, be good to yourselves, be good to each other, and never again suffer that fool. Run, Nikki Red, run.